Good afternoon, this is G-Man for June the 26th. We are going to be fishing at another location of Lake Simtustus. Instead of fishing for trout, we're going to be fishing for bass, and I'll give you a quick look at some of what we're going to be fishing today. It's not going to be everything because this is just our starting point, and here's your look. We're going to be fishing for smallmouth bass. Just one of the other things you can fish for here on Lake Simtustus. It's 2:02 in the afternoon. We're going to be fishing topwater frog, swim bait, and probably a Berkeley gulp minnow. So I'll give you a look at the frog and the swim bait before we get going. Here's the swim bait. Here's the frog. I'm using an 8/6 Okuma rod, medium heavy, and a 8/6 Berkeley stick, medium heavy. And then I'm pairing those with the Okuma, or not the Okuma, but the not the Shakespeare, but the Shimano Corrado. I got the big version and the little version of the two reels. Here's the bigger version right here. Spooled with 8-pound P-line. And here is the smaller version. It has 20-pound Power Pro. And then I'm also going to bring one spinning outfit with 8-pound P-line, and it will be on an 8/6 Okuma medium action spinning outfit, and it's got the Outback Mitchell. So let's see what we can do and maybe catch a fish. So we're going to get ready here. We're going to set up the frog. I think that's what we're going to start out with. I don't have the Berkeley gulp set up yet, minnow, but I will get it set up. I think we might do that with a drop shot rig. I'm not real sure. I do have some jig heads I could rig it up with, just to do, because sometimes it's nice just to do a drop shot with the Berkeley gulp minnow. Sometimes it's nice to do the jig head. The drop shot rig, you can put it in one spot and just kind of shake it around. You can keep it in that spot for a longer period of time, especially if the fish are being finicky. So we're going to get started here, and this is going to be the first cast with the frog. Hopefully we can get some action. I know the action had been pretty good for the topwater frog there for a little while, but we'll see what happens. And so we're just kind of working it, making it work side to side. And just casting all the way across to the other side of the part of the lake, because it's pretty narrow right here. Instead of casting parallel to the bank like I would be if 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 I was casting in a wider spot. Seems like when you hit the other side with the lure, the fish tend to come out from the other side of the bank and hit your bait. Oh, there went an explosion. I don't know how much of that you guys caught, but I just had a blow up, small. So we're gonna just do that, put the loop around, put it through, put the bait through it like this. Hopefully I can do this without getting myself caught, and we'll have a heck of a story to tell. A big old suckerfish got caught, huh? Spit on it so you can cinch up that knot, pull it tight, and ready to go. So let's take a few casts, see what happens, and hopefully we'll catch a bass on it. Smallie. Boy, that makes a big old splash when it hits the water. See, this time I'm going to jerk it in. Last time I just straight up reeled it in. This gives it a little bit different action. So, and it sinks pretty fast, so it's pretty heavy bait. And it's like the movement and action is pretty good on it. So you can almost imitate a wounded hurting bait fish with it. Alright, we got another fish. It's not a bass or a trout, but it's a northern pike minnow. I got it on this swim bait, this small swim bait by Storm baits. Well, you know, it's just storming out here. It started raining pretty bad there for a while. I guess we're milking the northern pike minnow when we take him off the hook, but we're gonna kiss this guy and release him. I don't know how well you can see the bait that I caught him on, but there it is. All right. There we go. He's back. Now the sun is shining compared to what it was earlier. Cloudy and rainy and everything else. And thundering and lightning. I didn't get none of that stuff on camera, but that's okay. My GoPro is stuck on so anywho, as I was trying to say, but my GoPro's acting up. I caught 2 bass earlier. I don't know if I got it on film because my GoPro's being funny for some reason. I don't know why, but if not, oh well. We're making a video, and not every video is gonna have fish on it, so at least we got one northern pike minnow to show you guys anyways. So hopefully whoa, I got a big old snag. And now we're unsnagged and back to fishing. So I moved from the other spot over this way because I'm thinking I might have to leave if it gets to storming too bad, and then I was getting ready to do my outro and it stopped storming, so I came back to fishing. So go to fish. See, got a little smallie, not very big, but that's another fish. That's a kiss 'em, catch 'em, and release 'em fish. Oh, the way he ate that bait, he inhaled it. Well, tried to inhale it anyways. But it's been one of those days, stormy conditions, not a lot of action on anything really. But Thing is we're catching some fish. It's not a complete no catch 'em day, so you got to be thankful for what you can get. Mwah. Kissed him and released him. What can you say? It's just one of them days. The small swim baits work the best. I've caught more fish on it, and my GoPro was acting up earlier. Wanted to take pictures instead of record, so yeah, there we go. There we go, there's another fish. Oh yeah. Hey, a thinking. Not the biggest, but he's a thinking. We'll take him. Yeah, this one's another catch him, kiss him, and release him. Well, you get two pretty good fillets off of this guy, but oh well. The Berkeley gulp and caught a pretty nice northern pike minnow. I'm gonna lift him up here and take him off and kiss him and release him. Because look at the size of that bad boy. He wanted that gulp. I noticed the northern pike minnows go after the minnow imitations a lot. But he's a pretty one, so we'll kiss him and release him. Boy, he tore up that minnow too. But these, like I said, these gulp minnows aren't the most sturdiest bait. I just, think that a little bit sturdier bait would be better off, but I'm not going to complain. They're not that expensive. They're really pretty affordable. They don't come with a jig head. You got to buy them yourselves. But I mean, you could easily drop shot it instead of doing a jig head. And the thing I like about a drop shot is you can throw it where you want it and leave it there for as long as you want and just keep bouncing it, and as long as the weight stays in the place where you threw it, you ain't got nothing to worry about it. It'll keep on doing its thing. So that's the good thing about a drop shot, is it's you can pretty much put it where you want it. That's why in cold weather and stuff, when you're bass fishing, it's pretty effective, because you can just set it in that one spot and just bounce it and bounce it and bounce it, as long as your weight stays where you threw it. So just some simple things about drop shotting instead of using a jig head. A jig head, every time you bounce it, it jumps up and moves out of a spot, and if you know where the fish are there, you can put it there and just keep bouncing it until the fish eats it, or you get tired of bouncing it, whichever be the case. See, right now there's a bunch of weeds out there, and so I'm just throwing on this side of the weeds and just bouncing it back to me. It's hard to fish through those weeds when you got stuff that sinks, so that's why I'm just tossing it out there a little ways and then working it back in. And there are bass right there, because I seen them before the sun went down over this cliff. So they're there. You just can't see them right now with all the shade. And another thing about this is with the jig head, you can throw it out there a little ways and then just slowly crank it in if you want. Just don't hit the weed bed. Then you can't work your bait in. There's that fish. Another northern pike minnow. Yay! Northern pike minnows are biting, even if the bass aren't. So this is another catch 'em, kiss 'em, and release 'em fish. And we'll, yeah, I tore my gulp up. There you go. Kissed him, released him. Now it's time to do surgery on his gulp, because it's all tore up. We're just going to pinch off some of it and then re-thread it on her. Because, I mean, you can still use it even though you rip some of it off, because the fish tore it up. See? Still going to be able to be used, just like that. Just toss it out there a little bit. Jig it, jig it, jig it, jig it, jig it, jig it. Bounce it up and down. And hopefully you catch a fish doing that. I just want to show you guys where I'm standing. I'm like pretty high up from the lake. Just doing some gulp minnow jigging from up here. If I hook a big one, I may not be able to land it, but it's just fun to try to get a fish from way up here. I am terrified of heights, so I am shaking like crazy, and so hopefully this makes it worth it. Fish on from on top of the cliff, and it is a big one too. I don't know if we'll be able to get him up here, but we'll try. Hey, we got him. Another northern pike minnow. I don't know why the bass aren't showing up, but hey, a fish is a fish when you're making a video, right? We'll cast him and let him go. There you go, final view. Bloop. I don't know why those northern pike minnows like minnows so much, but they do, for whatever reason. Any imitation of a fish they seem to like to eat. If you had worms though, you could catch a bunch of them that way too. I'm hoping to hook a nice bass up here. That's what I'm after, is bass, but these pike minnows keep showing up, and I'm not going to complain about a pike minnow. Fish is a fish when you're trying to make a show, you know, but still, you know, you kind of like to catch the desired species for these shows. But we'll see. You just never know. One might show up. I just don't know if I can land him from way up here. So, let's do a fairly long cast here and see if we can't hook up with something good.